Hi everyone, welcome back to Coronal Blossom, Volume 1, Episode 14, and it looks like we have a private conversation between Shino and Arne. Well, also Keiji, but Keiji left in embarrassment. But anyways, we see that Arne is starting to be more accustomed to life on Earth. She's speaking more fluently and is able to do some shopping and other errands. And hopefully coming out of this, Shino, Kumiko, and Keiji are able to understand Arne's thoughts and feelings, and more importantly, answer what she really wants going forward. So I wonder what's going to happen next, and how the other townspeople think of Arne at this point. So let's continue. So Shino's like, Arne.
さっきのって K 君が言ってたんだよね。ほら、傷はちゃんと向き合ってきた証っていうの。
So right before the end of episode 13, Arne gave subtle hints about Keiji and his injuries, and she was licking them, and now Shino's curious and wants to know more about it.
やあ。そっか。
Arne's like,
なんでもない。さあ、行こう。K 君テレテレさんだから静かにしてようね。
So Shino's like, well, Keiji can get, or Keikun can get quite reckless when he does his work, and that's why he gets all those injuries. But don't tell him that. Okay, affirmative. Shino, Arne, keep on whispering like that and I'll leave you behind.
はーい、今行く。
So Keiji's like, well, I'm done. There's no more things to eat. Let's just end this.
今行く。
And then using the opportunity in the absence of Keiji, Shino tells Arne, okay, so what were we talking about? So the two of us walk along side by side with Arne snugged between us. Well, from time to time, we find a flower by the roadside, little bug on the signboard, a fall or fallen fruit, we dawdle and chat. With Shino, I talk about child memories, and with Arne, I talk about the world around. So he knows what to talk about between two different people. And I wonder what he talks about to Kumiko. And so we continue down the baking road, glistening with sweat.
ケイジ、あれ何？昨日までなかった。
Okay, so they're back in the shopping center, and I think Arne notices something different compared to yesterday. So as they pass through the shopping district, Arne points to a poster on the billboard. Okay, so that's obviously something to take note of. So they probably put a new advertisement on the billboard. Oh, that's a poster for the fireworks display. They've been trying to make it Hamatown's big annual attraction or something, and it gets more impressive each year. So I wonder how many people attend the firework display, because that's obviously the main intent of a big fireworks show.
花火大会。火薬を投げて頭の上で爆発させる。はい、本で読んだ。
Well, it is true that it's gunpowder exploding overhead, but well, let's let Keiji explain it to Arne. Yeah, so it's like when you put it like that, you make it sound like a bizarre festival where you even throw to mimic at each other or get chased by bulls. So it's like make it sound like a street fight or a gunfight.
そういえばアルネちゃんは花火見たことないんだよね。見に行こっか。ケイ君とクミコちゃん、その日は夜なら定休日だって言われてるよね。
And it's probably a big holiday, so all of the works and shops are closed, and they want everyone to go see this fireworks event. Yeah, I think I should be fine. I have to commit or confirm things to Kumiko later though.
アルネちゃん、どうする？
So Arne, what do you want to do?
主催、ケイジもシノも爆破する？
I think this question can only be answered if you experience it yourself. Because Arne's reading through books and she's getting the wrong idea about what the fireworks festival is. No, we'll be watching with everyone else. They'll have specialists to actually launch the fireworks. I think fireworks shows that are launched by a machine. They just tie them up to a computer and the computer launches the correct fireworks at the right time. And it's always choreographed with some kind of music.
手榴弾みたいな感じ？
Okay, Arne's still not making sense. Well, I don't think even the shot put world champion could chuck them up that high with their bare hands. Okay, so Arne thinks that maybe someone launches the fireworks up in the air manually.
きっと見た方が早いよ。みんなで一緒に見に行こう。
There you go. So it's like she was like, well, she needs to see it herself to understand what's going on.
珍しくなさそうだね。僕は暑い。いや、
Okay, so Arne mentions that she doesn't like explosions. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't deal well with heat. So it's like he remembers during that fire incident where Arne turned into a liquid blob to shield herself from heat. So come to think of it, Arne was trying to desperately escape from the flames on the day of the explosion. She looks perturbed, a display of emotion so rare that I'm actually pretty impressed. So in a sense, she's also expressing her feelings and her emotions. It's been something that was not possible before. Wait, well now's not the time to swell with parental pride. Well, it's okay. The fireworks explode up high in the sky, so it's not hot at all. So it's like, Arne, don't worry about it. It's just gonna be a spectacular show, no heat, no, nothing else.
そうだ。ケイ君、スマホで動画見せてあげたら？
So why don't you show Arne a video of what a fireworks show looks like? So why me?
じゃあ、5分ぐらい待ってくれない？
So she was like, okay, I'll do it, but it'll take about 5 minutes. But in a short amount of time, Keiji is able to find a video of it for Arne. So what does Arne think about it? So I hit the play button on the video and hand my phone to Arne. So Shino comes over to join me. She's still keeping an eye on Arne, who's staring intently at the phone screen.
からかってるの？
So I wonder if Shino thinks that Keiji's making fun of her because she can't use technology very well. Yeah, there you go. So it's like, well, Shino, have you actually used the new smartphone we bought the other day? It's like, well, Shino, you're not good at technology. It'll take you so much time for you to set up the video for Arne. And she was like, well, I broke one before, so I'm afraid to use it. Well, that's wise. And I wonder how Shino broke her last phone. Because I'm pretty sure the phones are well protected unless you forcefully strike it or like you deliberately do something bad to it. And I don't think if you press every button on the phone, it would wreck it. So Keiji's like, well, how about you stop pressing every button just for the sake of it? Well, maybe old phones will have that problem because you get short circuit and it overloads the internal chips. But I'm sure newer phones, they have a lockout feature where you can't press more than 3 or 4 buttons. And once 3 or 4 buttons are pressed, then the other buttons get locked out until you let go of one of the other buttons. So maybe Shino should get some confidence, trying out some of the newer devices with better protection. But either way, Arne is quite excited about the video that Keiji showed her. So how do you think of it? What do we think? And naturally, she would be excited. So, Osamu. So her pronunciation is still a little bit off. Okay, so it's like, oh, so you mean awesome, exciting. So Shino's English pronunciations is some impressive English. Wait, so is Keiji making fun of Shino again? This time because of her pronunciation? Well, as I snicker, Arne grabs my sleeve as well as Shino. So Shino knows something is up to no good again. Okay, so Arne's like, Shino, Keiji, I want to see fireworks. Okay. Okay. So with a bright smile, Shino reaches out with her pinky finger, and Arne returns the gesture. Our meadow maiden freezes on the spot in confusion, so Shino takes the lead and wraps her finger around Arne's. While the little fingers interlock, their promise made. So this is how I make a promise? Okay. So Arne nods and presses the play button on the smartphone screen to resume her video. Shino and I watch over from either side. Our eyes briefly met.
見た今の顔。大きな声じゃないけど、本当に楽しみにしてる声だったね。
So she's totally forgotten her fear of life.
こんなこと言ってマルネちゃんに謝ったらどうするの？
Hey, don't ruin the fun. Don't make her upset. Yeah, I'll be careful. We haven't been together for very long, but Shino's already acting like a helicopter parent. So she's been giving too many orders for Keiji, telling him, hey, don't act stupid. You need to be a good role model for Arne. Well, I can't help but smirk at that. Just as I sense something approaching on the left, I get whacked in the arm. So I wonder if that's Shino.
すみません。
Oh, so some random boy crashes into Keiji. Well, a boy of elementary school age stops next to me on his bike and apologizes panically. It's fine, but be careful, okay?
おーい、行くぞー。早くしねえと、この落ちて隕石見られねえぞ。
So another meteorite?
ああ、待って。
Okay. So the boy meets his companion up ahead, and the two bikes disappear off into distance.
大丈夫？腕、結構な勢いでぶつかったみたいだけど。
I think it's pretty hard. But Shino is this worried. Well, I think the handlebar just grazed it, so it's just a minor scratch. However, when I reach out to touch my wrist, I let out a gasp. So what's wrong now? Ah! The watch! It's still moving. Well, thank goodness. So Keiji's more concerned about his old masterpiece being destroyed by someone riding a bicycle. And it's a classic that is irreplaceable. But I think at that point it'd be better to take off the watch and leave it at home rather than wear it and walk around with it. Oh yeah. Well, my heart's really hammering.
ケーキ、怖い？
And I wonder what kind of watch it is. Well, a little. The thing's been broken down a lot of times though, and I've had to exchange the parts myself every time. Okay, so it did break down, and he keeps having to get it fixed, replace parts. But still, you know, I can't get used to this happening. It's gonna give me a heart attack.
どうして？直せるのに？
Well, I'm pretty sure it's more like the parts are obsolete and it's hard to find new parts. Well, I can't fix it, it's true. Well, maybe it's because it's a memento. So it does have a lot of sentimental value for Keiji.
思い出？
Oh, you don't know about this? Do you, Arne? This is a watch I received from an older girl I knew when I was a little kid. Even little than those kids we just saw.
昔、本に載ってる？
Nah, it's nothing special. It's just a personal memory of mine. Well, I don't even remember what she looked like. As I'm talking, I let my gaze drop to the face of my watch. It's already been 10 years since she gave this to me. But I don't remember anything from that time. Although I guess I've forgotten a lot of things from my early years recently. Well, anyways, it has a lot of memories associated with it, so it's important to me that I always have it on me. Okay, so that explains why he wears it still. Because it has a lot of value, and it remembers, or it reminds Keiji of the time when that girl gave him the watch. And I'm pretty sure that's not a promise. That's just memories. Wait, you mean with that girl? Well, I don't really remember anything like that, but I wonder. So Arne's like, so was it a promise from that girl that you'll always treasure this watch when she gave it to you? And Kei's like, well, I don't know. That was a long time ago, and I probably didn't have good memories as a little kid. Well, I caressed the watch face, the groove of an old scratch sides beneath the pad of my finger. So maybe it is as Arne says. Maybe I did promise to take good care of it, or something, and that promise engraved itself deep into my mind. So it's like, well, maybe I did make a promise with her that time, and I just naturally took care of the watch as if the promise was made. Well, we used to fight so often because of this. So she smiles awkwardly at me, and I smile back. I glance over her shoulder, where the boys had disappeared off to. So don't those kids say they were going to see the meteorite? But I'm pretty sure the kids don't know about all that stuff, so they're just gonna go and see it, or attempt to see it anyways. Well, we got in through that secret entrance back when we were kids, remember? Like, well, there was a secret entrance behind the police and Nyasa, and I'm pretty sure these kids will find that secret entrance as well. Okay, so let's go take a look then. But... well, it's a good place to go back. Oh yeah, you're right. Now that you mention it, we haven't been there at all since that whole incident. And maybe it's a good place for Arne to bring back her memories and be reminded of what she really wants. Yeah, that's true. Let's go do it. Okay, says Arne. Okay, so we borrowed Shino's dad's pickup truck and head immediately for the abandoned factory on the edge of town. And why didn't I think of this sooner? Well, it's probably because it didn't come into Keiji and Shino's mind until something sparked it, which happened to be two kids that were going to go to that crash site to look at the meteorite. And if we go back to the site where we first encountered Arne, we might be able to gather some more clues about her. I'm also worried about the kids, and alert to the faint possibility we'll find some answers. And with these jumbled thoughts rushing through my head, I just about hold myself back from slamming my foot on the gas. And she was like, so I see the factory now. Yeah, I see them. They're right by the fence that they erected to keep out the trespassers. And the two bikes we saw earlier are parked up against the fence, abandoned. While I do feel that the original owners were partially responsible for the fire, given that they left a lot of dangerous chemicals in the factory when they shut down, so when something like a meteor ignited or crashed into the factory, it ignited all those hazardous waste, and it turned to fire. Well, I guess we'll have to do this ourselves. So he does notice that there's no police around. And I'm not really sure what's Keiji's concern. But anyways, I stopped the car and unbuckled my seatbelt. Okay, so now they're in the abandoned factory, and you can see the big gaping hole in the ceiling, and the crater's still there. Oh, those little... So two kids are squatting in the middle of a 5-meter wide crater. So what should we do about this? Well, I'll just go talk to them, while you and Arne go stand somewhere safe. So Shino's powers of persuasion might be more effective in this situation, but this is something that I need to do myself. And I'm also the one who brought up this wall. But he did mention that he just wants to go here to get some more clues about Arne. So Arne, go somewhere safe and stay still. Arne? So Arne might begin some new facts. She's looking straight up at the hole in the factory, and it doesn't look like she's going to move anytime soon. So maybe she's looking at this place and trying to remember what happened during that fire. So has she remembered something? Well, forget it. That can wait for later. This was the scene of a fire, and I wouldn't be surprised if some parts of the structure are fragile. Oh, we gotta hurry up and get outside. So Keiji does notice that this building isn't stable. The structure is damaged by the fire, and it was left as it is, and there are no reinforcements made. Okay, so what should I do? Maybe I ought to drag them away by their collars and give them a talking. But it'd be a pain in the ass if they ran away. So he notices like, well, the kids shouldn't be in this crater looking around, because there is a possibility that this whole building might collapse on top of them. And it looks like the kids haven't noticed me yet. So I should take this chance to sneak upon them. Gotcha. And the boys recognize that it's the person that they bumped into earlier in the shopping street. And they probably know that they're doing something wrong. Oh man, I get it. Well, could you stop squirming? This place is dangerous, and let's get out of here first. But for little kids, they don't know how to do damage or risk assessment. They just want the meteor, and they don't know about the dangers. And Arnie's just looking at them for no apparent reason. Yeah, let's go. Well, it's dangerous, so stop thrashing. As the child flails about, his foot strikes a large steel column that somehow made it through the fire undamaged. And something bad happens, and she notices it. Hey Kay, look above you! Uh-oh. All my hair strands on end as I spot the column tumbling down towards us. So, I'm not sure how that would trigger it. Maybe that big support column is tied to the ceiling somehow. And when the kids kicked it, it kind of triggered the domino effect. So like the beam on top would fall inwards. And now the boys are scared. Now the kids are panicked. They're thrashing about even more. At this rate, without thinking, I throw myself over the kids to shield them. And Arne comes in for some reason. Arne! Is she trying to protect us? No, that's impossible. And in a sudden flash, a rainbow-colored membrane appears in front of me. A shooting star bursts out of it, shining with all colors of the rainbow. It looks like the surface of an oily puddle. It blasts straight past us like a firework and goes up in flames. And a second later, the columns fall apart and pieces of shrapnel rain down around us. So what did this Arne do? For Keishi's like, are we safe? Hey, I'm Arne, you! I'm pretty sure Arnie's tired from all that. She just needs to rest up and she'll be fine. Arne! I separate myself from the children and run towards Arne, who's collapsed on the ground. And now the boys, they realize that something strange went on. It's like, what was the flash? And why is that girl here? Hey, I'm Arne, are you okay? As I call out to her, Arne weakly reaches out toward me. Okay, so she is hungry for some bolts. Okay, you got it. Well, I'll let you eat as many as you want later. Okay, so let's get out of this place first, and then I'll treat you. So later, seen as the children are largely unharmed, Shino gently but firmly lectures them on how dangerous their actions were. Only after that do we let them leave. So the fact that you shouldn't be going to somewhere that's dangerous just for a meteor, and you know that the building may collapse at any moment. And that column falling down is just the tip of what could really happen to you. And when they say their goodbyes, the two boys also apologize to Arne for getting her involved, but the hero of the day merely nods, totally expressionless. Well, I do got a lot of questions, but since everyone is in good health, I decided to let it lie and return to the workshop to fulfill Arne's request for bolts. Well, Arne has done a lot, and it's time for her to get some relief before she explains to Keiji and Shino about what just happened. I'm pretty sure that force field attack really opened up more questions for Keiji and Shino. So right now she's enjoying the bolts.
頑張ったからお腹が減った。
But still, Arne wants more. Well, you know the scrap you want, Arne. So gather together all the scrap metal I can find and leave it at Arne's feet. Well, there's so many things that I want to ask of her, but she's outperformed everyone today, so I decide to simply let her eat to her heart's content. So, well, just take a break, relax, eat up, replenish your energy.
まあ、怪我人が出なくてよかったね。
And she was like, well, at least no one got hurt. Yeah, I agreed. When at least the kids promised never to go near that place again.
アルネちゃんがやったこともよく分かってないみたいだったしね。
And it's probably good to keep all that secret from the boys. So Kei's like, so what was that?
バリアじゃないのかな。アニメとかでよくある。
So she was comparing it to anime, which, it's good to describe what it looks like, but everything else, I think it's a pretty poor reference. Yeah, it looked like that to me.
エネルギーをぶつけた。
And now Arnie's saying some words that confuses Keiji and Shino. Keiji's like, energy? What do you mean?
体の一部を使って運動エネルギーを発生させて跳ね飛ばした。
So it's like, well, I did use my powers to create the energy, and it does use a lot of energy. Well, wait a second. What does that even mean?
アルネは覚えたことを体に記憶させてる。記録するとお腹すくの。
So I'm not really sure what Arne means by Arne's body records everything Arne learns, but we do know that it does take some energy to be able to teach someone and learn new ideas. And that also drains Arne's energy, and that's why Shino has to feed Arne.
アルネちゃん勉強したらたくさん食べるよね。
There you go.
シノたちが脂肪を燃やすみたいなの。アルネは貯めたもの燃やしてエネルギーにしてる。
So I was like, well, you, Shino, and Keiji, you're human, you have fat in your body, and when you're not eating and you need the extra energy, your body goes into the fat to, it's a source of fuel. But for Arne, I don't have that, so, I'm not really sure. So Arne does have some way to store energy, but it's not as good as fat. Oh, so that's what you mean.
つまりたくさんパワーを使ったからお腹が空いたってことなんだよね。
So, Arne does, well, you do use power, and you do use a lot of energy when you have to learn something or use your powers, and obviously you have to refill it with food. And maybe for Arne, she doesn't have as much capacity as a regular human does. That's why she gets hungry very quickly.
まあ、今日アルネに会ったこと結構使った。
Huh?
ちょっと待って。今日会ったことってもしかしてそれって記憶違
So something about memories. I wonder what that has to do with energy.
記憶、記録、今日のことほとんど空っぽ。じゃあ、約束は？ほら、花火大会に行くって約束は？
Okay.
花火大会、爆弾を飛ばす機械？
So it looks like Arne forgot most of what she learned today about fireworks. What? Hey, you're kidding me, right? You really forgot?
それもわからない。でも、今日のこと、ほとんど体に残ってない。
Well, then again, if you do just slowly reading to learn ideas, you're probably only going to be able to remember 10% of it after a while. And everything else gets flushed out. Wait, what? What do you mean? This is all news to me.
あ、しの。何？これは覚えてる。
So what does Arne remember? Arne takes a confused Shino's hand and wraps around a pinky finger around Shino's.
あれねちょ。あ、グミとしのとケイジ、みんなで一緒に行く約束をした。
Okay.
それが花火大会？
So at least Arne remembers that she's gonna go see the fireworks with Shino, Keiji, and Kumiko.
そうそう。ああ、よかった。約束したことを覚えてたんだ。
Okay.
大事なことはエネルギーも多いんだよ。
And Arne does need more energy.
そっか。大事に思っててくれたから残ってたんだね。よかった。
Well, Arne.
わかった。
Well, having said,
ケイジ、アルネにもう体使ってほしくない。
I'm pretty sure that's a
違う？
yes. So, I'm pretty sure Keiji wants Arne to stop using her body because now he knows that it does cost a lot of energy for Arne and that she has to eat lots of metal to replenish. And in the process, she may lose some of her memory. Yeah, that's exactly right.
いや、
She gives a smile, the same old response, her usual shoddy accent. Our minds are connected even now.
アルネちゃん、私からも約束してほしい。勝手に使っちゃダメ。
So, she also agrees that Arne shouldn't be using too much of her powers.
約束？約束。
Nodding happily, Shino finishes up her another pinky promise with Arne. I see. So she's using up her memories. So Arne is a metal organism. It's not like she's using her brain to remember things. She uses her body instead, and whenever she uses that power of hers and loses a part of her body, the memory contained within it also disappears. So it does kind of remind me of a RAM chip they find in a computer. And it's also metal. So what happens is that when you turn on the computer, the RAM chip is supplied by power, and the power helps the computer organize data, like which sectors should represent 1, which is on, and 0, which is off. And what happens is that when you turn off the computer, the electricity no longer powers it, so it's really hard to tell between 0 and 1, on and off, and in a sense, the memory gets lost. And then when we start the computer back on, the entire memory block is all zeroed, and they basically have to use the hard drive. That's where your OS is, and they basically take that and put it back in the memory and get all those zeros and ones set up again. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing with Arne, given that she's probably using her whole body like a silicon wafer to store zeros and ones, and when she does use energy, it loses that ability to be able to distinguish between zeros and ones. And in a sense, it's kind of like losing part of your memory. So when you spend your energy up and lose part of the body, that's like you get a memory and you laser cut it into two pieces, with half of it no longer being usable. Well, if the drive gets used up, the files on it will naturally be deleted. And then it's like when Arne does eat and grow new metal, it's basically like adding an extra memory chip with nothing on it. So even though she gets her energy back, she has to relearn everything again and refill up that new memory space. So he's like, hey Arne, could it be that you use a lot of energy when you move the forks every day as well? Mario's like, well, machines or moving around forks machines don't really matter that much. Okay, like that. It's like, we don't want to lose you because of this. Well, she's honestly more like you, or your daughter at this point. And she is kind of embarrassed, like, hey, don't say that she's my daughter. But the way that Shino treats Arne kind of makes it look like it. Well, after speaking to her about it in more detail, we found out that Arne had lost all of her knowledge about the fireworks display and anything she remembered of our jokes and the idle chatter. The power burns away a part of her memories, well, no, her very being. And there's still so many things that we don't know about Arne, so I can't predict what will happen in the future. That's true. But that's exactly why I want to treasure this present. And thinking like that, it's pretty much the same as ignoring it though. Our days with Arne will continue on regardless. And on. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop here. I'm pretty sure this is enough for episode 14. But we do see that we did learn some interesting facts about Arne that put herself apart from a normal human being. The fact that she's able to unleash that mysterious power, and also the fact that she's using her whole body like a memory chip in a computer. And in order to power the memory chip, she needs energy, which happens to be more food, more bolts, more metal. And when she uses her energy, it's almost like turning off your computer. Because when you turn back on the computer, your RAM chips are all zero, empty. And that's when the computer then goes into the ROM chips, it goes to the hard drive, looks for OS, it sets up all the environment, it sets up all the zeros and ones, and basically rebuilds the entire OS on that memory chip. But hopefully we'll get to see more about Arne and how she interacts with Shino and Keiji. And also notice that in this episode we didn't really see Kumiko because she's off at her appointment, but I'm pretty sure she will want to know about this as well. when she returns. And with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.